biggest concert ever here on Sunrise. INXS are only doing one performance here in Australia, and it is right here on Sunrise.
They have a new album called Switch. They have a new lead singer, JD Fortune. And they have a new single. Ladies and gentlemen, INXS with Pretty Vegas!
Falling asleep at the wheel again, baby. You're drifting over the line, yeah. Your hands are tight, but you're losing grip quickly. Fix me, you read the signs. Thumbing your way to Vegas, daddy. Dreaming of the other side. Save your tears and laughter, because it doesn't matter what you find. It ain't pretty after the show. It ain't pretty when the pretty leaves you with no place to go. If you think you need it, here's the place to beat it. It ain't pretty. When everything that you do is wrong and you feel like you can barely survive, yeah. When those around you are crumbling downwards, buried in the sunset light. Coming your way to Vegas, screaming like you're back from hell. Save your dreams and occupation, doesn't matter what you said. It ain't pretty after the show. It ain't pretty when the pretty leaves you with no place to go. If you think you want it, just come in and get it. It ain't pretty. The party's over and the road is long. The party's over and you're moving on. The party's over and the road is long. Hey! If you think you want it, just come out and say it. It ain't pretty. Falling asleep at the wheel again, baby. You're drifting over the line, yeah. Your hands are tied, but you're losing grip quickly. Fix me, you read the sign. Coming your way to Vegas, baby. Dreaming like you're out of control. Save your tears and laughter, because this is the ride. And this is the show. And it ain't pretty after the show. It ain't pretty when the dream leaves you with no place to go. If you think you want it, just come in and get it. It ain't pretty.
INXS, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of it? And what do you think of the new man? JD, what's it like being in INXS's home country to come back?
This is beautiful, awesome, and man, I think I'm home.
Okay,
great.
Is it a bit daunting? I mean, you know, you went through the whole process. There are big shoes to fill. How do you feel about it? Is it a little scary?
No, I've got 5 brothers here that are helping me along the way, and I've got another family right here in Sydney.
Now Tim, how's the new boy fitted in?
Mate, he's fitting in just great. We laugh a lot, and he's handling the workload just great. And it's been intense.
Because this is his first time to Australia as well, first time touring around the world. It is pretty stressful, isn't it?
It really is, but we're actually seeing things through his eyes at the moment, and everything's new to him, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's a great experience for us too.
Oh, that's terrific. And also the single Pretty Vegas debuted at the highest point of INXS's debut ever of any song. What do you say to the critics who say, oh, these guys are sold out?
No.
Do we think they sold out? Did we want them back? Who gives a stuff about critics? Kirk Pengilly, good to be back.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, we've been away a lot this year, so it's great to be home for Christmas.
What are you going to be doing? Are you touring next year? And when will you be back here for the full shows?
Yes and yes. No, we start rehearsals just after Christmas, and our first show is in Vancouver on the 18th of January. We'll be here about the middle of the year, you know, when we've really rehearsed.
When you've really rehearsed, it sounds pretty good to me. Now, the rest of the guys, Andrew, come here. Writing, because of course, it would be fair to say Andrews is probably could we say, the soul of the band as well? The spiritual soul of the band. How hard is it for a new guy to come in to such a close-knit bunch of guys? You've got 3 brothers and 2 huge friends, and you've worked with each other for so many years, and he writes.
Well, I am the shortest person in the band, so you're right about that. But no, I was going to say, you know, we are a family, you know, and that's a really important ingredient. And there's a long history of successful Australian groups, you know, who've had family in it. Yep. And it really helps.
Oh, it's terrific. Well, you're sounding better than ever. Who wants to hear them again? Later in the show, they're back with a classic, new sensation. You're watching Sunrise on INXS Friday. We've got news and weather coming up after the break. Stick with us. It's been warming up. You get to touch JD.
That's the button.
Right.
There is huge excitement down there here, and of course, because INXS were really one of the few Aussie bands to become a global phenomenon, and now they are performing live and exclusively here on Sunrise.
They asked us to choose a classic for them to sing. It was so hard to choose what they should sing next, but we thought it's got to rock. It's got to test JD, and it's got to have Kirk playing sax. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome INXS with New Sensation?
Live, baby, live. Now that the day is over, I got a new sensation. Perfect moment, so impossible to refuse. Sleep, baby, sleep. Now that the night is over, and the sun comes like a god into our room. Oh, perfect light and promises. Are you ready for a new sensation? New sensation right now. Got a hold on you. New sensation, new sensation. Dream, baby, dream of all that's coming and going. Hey, guys. And you will find out in the air there really is no difference, no. Cry, baby, cry when you got to get it out. I'll be your shoulder, you can tell me all. Don't keep it in you. But that's the reason why I'm here, baby. Now, yeah. Are you ready for a new sensation? A new sensation right now. Got a hold on you. New sensation. you very much. Thank you, Cindy. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us a gold record, The Switch. Thank you.
We will be back to talk to the boys right after this. Don't you go away.
There's nothing left for you. You're only human. I've done the show. It ain't pretty when the pretty.
Last week the guys were freezing their backsides off in New York. It's a bit different. It is so hot with the sun shining in. But we've had a great performance today, a classic new sensation. Also, Pretty Vegas a bit earlier in the show. Everyone doubted whether these guys could really make it back, but Pretty Vegas has debuted at the highest level in America of any of their previous singles. John, that has got to be pretty awesome.
It's unbelievable, and the reception we've been getting, throughout the world has just been overwhelming, and it's incredible. Thanks to JD and everyone's hard work.
Now, Kurt, you copped a lot of flack doing the program, didn't you? You had your detractors. What was it like going in? Were you a little nervous about it, or you sort of obviously hope for the best?
Yeah, a little no, thanks. A little quiet about it. No, yeah, a little nervous. I mean, we took a big risk by doing the show, I think, but it paid off. We're really happy with it.
And because, Tim, you all seemed a bit nervous going into it. The first couple of episodes, sort of you did most of it, the other guys were sitting back, and then everyone got enthusiastic, a bit like the audience.
That's true, actually. Although, the whole thing was sort of a bit nerve-wracking, it was a whole new world for us. And it was kind of a bit like trailblazing. But you know what, it was actually really good fun and great because we got a new little brother, and he's awesome, and we love him dearly.
And last night, they were presented. Now, remember, this album has only been out 10 days. They were given a gold record for the album and the single by Sony here in Australia. So Australian fans haven't forgotten them. And this album, Andrew, how difficult was it to put together in such a short period of time? And with Pretty Vegas, JD gets a credit on the lyrics. How much did he actually write?
Well, actually, we tried to write as much as possible with JD, and he's a great lyricist, and he has great ideas with melodies, and he's contributed quite a bit on the record.
But you were telling me last night he wrote virtually all the lyrics to Pretty Vegas.
Well, I think in the workshop, that took place, I wasn't actually there, but I'm assuming JD could probably answer that one best. But can I just answer your first question?
Yep.
It took us about 5 weeks to actually record the whole album, which answers our and mix it and everything.
Well, you've been doing nothing else for 8 years, What could you expect? Come on.
Hey.
You'll keep, mate. Don't worry.
Gary, you saw something in him from the start, did you? Right from the start of the show. It's pretty daunting going in. What did you see in him from the start?
We saw a lot of things in him, and some of them we didn't. Some of the bits and pieces we weren't too fond of, but as the show progressed, we got to know him better, and we realised what a great heart and great soul he is, and what a great talent. So it was the easiest choice we made in the end.
Have you given him any Tim, any Aussie sort of initiation? You're a mad cricketer. Have you taken him to the cricket, or does he at least understand the fundamentals?
No, but we've been to an NHL game in Toronto where Jason went out and sang the national anthem in French, which is kind of impressive. And we were his honour guard, so we've got to take him to a cricket match here. But so long as we have time. But the other really funny thing is that he really believed there was drop bears.
Well, as if every woman here isn't in love with JD at the moment, we now know he can speak French. So JD, come on, woo the girls.
I do a lot of things that begin with French.
This is a breakfast show.
Okay. Pretty Vegas is In Excess's song, and thanks for making it gold. And this is amazing, and you guys are so beautiful, and thanks for having us. Bonjour, comment ça va?
But there's also something, an interesting story about Australia and you, and a fortune teller. JD?
5 years ago, my mother went to a fortune teller, and she told my mother that her son would go to Australia and meet his wife, and it didn't dawn on me until I was here for a day, and I was emailing my mom, and she's like, maybe you're gonna meet your wife, and I was like, oh yeah, right. So good on you.
Have we got any takers amongst the crowd here? Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's a line forming already.
Yeah. Tim, what's next for the band?
Well, we go into rehearsals in January. We're going to have 2 weeks off for the first time in a long time. And then we go into rehearsals for the world tour. And then we start touring 18th of January in Vancouver, and we do a whole of North America. We get some time off in March. Then we do North America again, come back and play Australia.
We're going to be back to wrap things up in a moment. Don't go away. You're watching Sunrise.